he's probably thinking, if the shoe was on the other foot, I would have given it to you.
I don't care about none of that,
but
bud.
that's you, pimp. That's you.
I don't care about none of that.
Not me.
I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
About none of that shit. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to your weekly dose of the Life After I Do podcast. How y'all doing today?
How y'all doing?
How y'all doing?
I'm trying, Dr. Now. I'm trying, Dr.
I'm trying, Dr. Now.
My Instagram feed keeps showing me cinnamon rolls, cupcakes, cake, everything I don't need.
The list of places that I want to try.
I'm trying,
Dr. Now. But you know what? It's okay, because it's not intended to be a perfect journey.
Right.
That's what you tell yourself.
No. like our buddy Juan saying in the gym. It's okay to start over. Because I'm about to start over.
Well, because eventually you get tired of starting over.
Look here.
But you know if
these sweets keep coming down my timeline, I'm gonna be starting over.
But you know what I've learned? I've learned that or the habit that I am working towards getting out of, and I've actually been doing really good. First of all, I did Chef's Kiss last week.
Again?
Chef's Kiss.
That's Nesha.
I'm patting myself on the back because I was hitting my
you
macros.
Pat the back, I'll pat the ass.
Right. I was hitting my macros, everything. But in the times where I eat something that's not like part of my macros for the day, I would normally be like, use that as an excuse to be like, well, there goes the day.
Yep.
Might as well start over again. Yeah. But instead of doing that, it's like, okay, I had that. That wasn't part of the plan today, but that doesn't mean that we're just going to give ourselves leeway to just throw the whole day away. And because normally I would just throw the whole day away, and then I'd be like, it's a free for all. It could go either way.
And I'm really proud of you because I had ice cream for lunch today.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you can still have the ice cream, right? But now you've just wasted did you measure the ice cream?
No, I just did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, because now you can still be in the game, is what I'm saying, if you deduct the ice cream, but you didn't even measure the ice cream. You elbowed the ice cream.
It looked like it was about
1,200 calories.
About 90 calories.
Okay. Okay, 90 calories.
Like that. Rose, like just listen to your just listen
to your body.
Be listening to my body. Let me go ahead and get 3 gallons, spam. Hey, Booski.
Hi.
How you doing? How you feel? You look good.
Thank you. You look great yourself.
Oh, thank you. I try.
I'm good. I'm okay.
I try. You know, it's been rough for me.
It has?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Tell us about it.
I was humbled this week.
Oh, I think we both were. We had a little slice of humble pie.
I found out that the metal weight.
He found out that he's commercial gym strong.
Right.
But in a lifting gym, we're probably just average.
I got under them calibrated plates. I said, wait a minute.
I've been living in a fool's paradise.
I said, I want to go back to where they got the rubber.
What's those bumper plates when I need them?
I said, not me looking like a beginner.
That's what I was telling Marlena today, PJ. I was like, because she worked out with me today with the calibrated plates. And I was like, okay, girl, like 185 is not the same on calibrated plates, okay? These are kgs. Very different. So we're setting up. She goes to pull off one of the 25 kgs and she picks it up and she goes, what the? I said, see? And it started right there. When you picked it up. She was like, this is solid. I said, it's pure weight.
You know what else was throwing me off?
What?
The girth of the bars.
Oh, the circumference of the bar?
Especially the dumbbells. I was like, why is this so little?
Oh, those are so little.
I said, why is it so little? It's going to fall out my head.
The metal ones, yeah. Those ones, I think that's the biggest thing. It's like
I'm used to a little more girth.
A little bit thicker.
Yeah, you like
that, don't you? Okay. I knew you were going to take it there. You're making my top lip sweat.
I got some for that too.
I know. Yeah, so that's like the biggest.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you managed to pull through. You looked good. You sent me your bench. Your bench looked sexy.
And it wasn't, that. Well, I think it was like 247. That felt heavy.
Well, what's your top one?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, my top one was my top. I didn't see my top lift.
Okay.
My final warm up was like It was like 270 something, I think. No. It was 260. It was 263, I think. And but it felt heavy.
Okay, because I'm trying.
That 275 at the gym felt a lot lighter.
Yeah, because I'm trying to, like the plate math, right? So I'm trying to memorize my plate combination math. That's what I'm like, the color math. It's easier for me that way. So like when she was setting up, she had put, she was like, what's a red and a green? And I was like, that is 198.
A lot.
And then the red and the white is 176. And then the red and the black was 165, I believe.
A lot.
So we ended up doing she ended up doing 188 and a half.
A lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
What it is a lot.
Okay. Bye, Maurice. What it is a lot.
Because when we go back over to the commercial gym for those couple days a week, I'm like, go ahead and throw an extra 45 on there so I feel like I'm somebody today.
Something. But I did get a fist pump from one of the gym bros today in my warm-up set because I had a red and a blue. So that's what, 225 because I was warming up. And he's like, this is you? And I was like, yeah, it's my warm-up. He was like, that's what I'm talking about. And he gave me a fist pump. I was like, love you too, bro.
Oh, you love the nigga.
Okay. You know what I mean.
Look at you.
But
you get a little gym time by yourself and you're turning into a whore.
Okay. Goodbye. But yeah, you looked great.
You didn't deny it though.
Okay, Maurice.
I appreciate that. But it was humbling.
It was.
Honestly, the plates were humbling, the dumbbells were not. The dumbbells.
Yeah, dumbbells I got.
I was like, oh, they're okay.
Dumbbells I got.
Got this. You know what I mean?
And some of the what is it?
Now I won't tell you
what is it? The cables.
They're not consistent.
Yeah, the cables.
The one thing that did humble me though was them goddamn hip thrusts with the metal plates. I said, wait a minute.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
I said, Lord. I said, with them rubber plates, give me about 500 pounds.
Oh, with the bumpers? Yeah.
I said, with this,
it's real different.
I'm about to cut it short about 350.
I'm going to cut it short.
About 350, 375.
You said I'm going to cut it short. I'm going to still put in the hard work.
Yes, but this is it.
PJ she said, the only thing this proves to me, I said, what? She said, the only thing this proves to me is that I haven't been going as hard as I thought I was in the gym.
I tell her
she was like that. She was like, that's what it tells me. It just tells me I haven't been going as hard. And I said, you have been going hard. Don't beat yourself up. I said, by that measure, that means I haven't been going as hard either.
And I know she listens, so I'm gonna say, no, you don't.
Bye. Yes, you do. You got this, PJ. I love you.
Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Yeah, but other than that, mentally I'm getting better.
Mm-hmm. Having a better week.
I've learned this week that too much of my sorry guys, I'm so different. Every time I work
allergies.
Every time I work in the yard, do yard work, my allergies be woo.
And plus it's hot.
Right. I've learned this. A lot of my personality is wrapped around me being a provider. And so when I'm not providing at a level that I'm used to, it takes a toll on me mentally. That's what was deduced to me in my therapy session. And I said, well, you the one doing this.
You're the one with the degree.
I'm just a college dropout.
Since you got your degree and everything.
Right, since you got your degree.
Since you got your degree.
I'm Kanye.
Bye. Do you think that has to do with a little bit of ego?
No.
Okay.
I just think that every time my wife or my child asks me for something,
I
want to be able to have it.
Okay.
I'm so used to yeah, baby, swipe the card. Now I'm like, hold up, let me check some shit.
Hold up.
Wait a minute.
And
a chopper. It's significant funds.
It's so silly. I can't.
But how's your week? You look good.
Thank you, honey.
Hold on, let me tell you something. My wife's ass has been ass.
I'm pretty sure they are tired of hearing you talk about my dairy error.
Well, if they are, they can. Next video, I'll be back. I'll be back to say the same thing.
It's the same thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, thank you, Huns.
You want me to talk about something else?
No.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Although it's funny because I had passed by the mirror. Remember the picture I had showed you? Mm-hmm. And I just passed by the mirror and I was like,
oh, there she is.
I said, let me. And then I was showing my mom. I said, Mom, look at that thigh and ass ratio. And she was like, seriously? You want me to sit here and look at pictures? I said, Mom, you gave birth to that. You should be proud.
But she didn't shape it.
She didn't. But she gave birth. She gave me the foundation. Okay.
Questionable.
Bye, DeMille. Goodbye. Anyway, yes, I had a good week. First
good.
time, again, like you, first time lifting at a actual lifting gym, like a powerlifting gym, and it was great. I enjoyed it. I do feel like I gotta start from the bottom,
Right.
and build back up. But I still was able to. I still hit 315, well 314 and a half on my squat.
Girl,
so that was
you
good.
should have went over there and found some 1 pound plates from somewhere.
What? The 1 pounders?
Yeah.
They have 2 1 pound plates.
I know.
Because who's using those?
The people who want PRs.
Tape a quarter to the side.
Whatever
you gotta do.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. But it's weird because, like you said, 315 on the rubber plates or the bumper plates. Like I repped out 315 for what, 6, 7, and I barely did 3.
I knew
with the calibrated plates. I was like, but also just not using it as an excuse. But I'm also not 100%.
Okay.
My knee, like I literally had to sit out for like 10 minutes after I did that. 100%. Physically, I'm not 100%.
No.
Physically.
But your appearance is top notch.
I appreciate that.
But I knew it was gonna be different when I went to deadlift and I put the 315 on the deadlift and I said, wait a minute, man. I said, what is this? I said, what?
You said, who put this on here?
I said, why does this feel heavy?
This is crazy.
I said, this is what I'll be repping.
Like how I felt when I hit 205 on bench in the commercial gym, and I was like, oh yes, we did it. And then I got it. Nigga, we made it. And then I got on calibrated weights and failed 198. I said, well, I'm just gonna
sit here.
I'm gonna take a moment.
That's like the video I showed you when I was
take a moment.
The video I sent you when I was repping, my normal 230 when I try to rep, rep for 8 reps, and I got to 5, and I was let me do 6, and I just set it down, and I just put my hand over like I don't know.
It's not gonna happen today.
This ain't it.
I was like,
I don't know what's going on.
That's why I told myself, I said, you know what? Maybe I'm just not having good mind-muscle connection. That's what it is.
You know what it is?
Because I can do this.
My pre-workout meal wasn't up to par.
Well, I can't use that as an excuse because I've been eating.
Girl.
What? Don't say it like that. Whatever. You've been eating. What was it? I hit 254 grams of protein.
I said, how much protein?
My app had put my protein in the red because it was like, boo, you can slow it down.
You're doing too much.
You're doing too much. No more food for you. But the crazy part about it is I was under calories.
Crazy work.
I was under calories and severely over in protein. I was like, okay, I might be doing a lot. Crazy. I said, let me make sure I drink plenty of water so my kidneys aren't upset with me.
Crazy work.
But other than that, yeah, it's been I had a really good week. Like I said, it was a really good week in the gym. My kid is on spring break, so that's kind of like
she breaks.
It's a when she go on break, she breaks. She like her mama.
You see
when
Bobby?
When there's a break involved, we are going to break, relax. I don't want to look at the thing that I have to look at 6 days a week.
Hold on, let me get if y'all notice, I did take my baby out on we had our daddy-daughter date. And I took my baby out to dinner and a movie and a little sweet.
She loved it.
And she got dressed up in her dress. She's like, Dad, my said, you are gorgeous, sweetheart.
We went shopping the day before. She was like, Mom, can you help me figure out a date dress?
She said, hold on. She said, Dad, I'm gonna walk like this. Because I'm a lady. I said, okay.
So adorable. And her date shoes. Did you compliment her shoes?
Did. And then what okay, let me tell you about your daughter. So we get the dinner, right? And she was like, Dad, I want some spring rolls. I was like, okay, baby, we can get some spring rolls. I was like, Daddy won't get egg rolls because Daddy really like the egg rolls.
Yeah.
So okay. So we get the spring rolls. She said, dang, those some big ass spring rolls. I said, look here.
She did not.
Yes. But the spring rolls are huge.
Okay, but she's big ass.
Yes. I said, look here, I'm gonna let that slide because we on a date. Because she always asks me, Daddy, can I cuss? I'm like, every now and then, let her say it.
Oh my gosh, DeMille. That's why she be slipping up and saying
shit. But she was like, I'm only gonna eat one because I gotta save room for my dad. I said, okay, Phoenix.
Such a lady.
And then the fuck came out. She ate all the noodles.
Of course.
2 pieces of meat.
Of course.
She said, well, I gotta save room.
Did she drink the soup?
No. She's like, she had to say, she didn't want to upset her stomach because she had to save room for her popcorn and her snack. I said, not
my baby was pacing herself.
I said, not you saving room for stuff you looking forward to. Okay. Okay.
That's my girl.
Right. So then when we get to the movie, we went to saw Hoppers, and it was so cute. It was a really good movie. And when we got the popcorn, I got I got the big popcorn because it came with a refill. And she's
Yeah.
like, Dad, I'm gonna keep the bucket. I'm gonna put you a little bit in the top, and then that should be yours.
And that could be yours. In case y'all don't know, my baby loves pop. I mean, like, popcorn is her
Thing.
choice of snack. Like, she loves pop. The baby loves popcorn.
So she ate the popcorn, and she didn't know about the refill. So when we left, I said, I'm gonna get a refill on the popcorn. She said, what? I said, yeah. I said, we can take mom some popcorn. Or
Like, hear me out, because I don't have to share with her.
we can watch the movie and eat this popcorn when we go home. I said, maybe, baby, So, but we had a good time.
She was so excited.
She was so cute.
I did her hair and her makeup. She really tried to push for wearing red lipstick. I said, it's really not going to happen.
She had told me 2 days before, Dad, I'm wearing the red lipstick. I said, I don't think you are, but okay.
I don't think you are. She was like, I want more than blush. And I was like, okay, I'll do a little bit of a deeper blush. And I was like, we'll do some highlighter. I did highlighter like on her shoulders and I told her like her décolletage.
She said, because she was like, I don't want to mess my dress up. So I put the napkin on her dress so she can get her fun. She's like, oh, well, make sure you don't.
She's such a girly girl and I love it.
I
love her so much. She's amazing.
And I can't tell you how many times she said, Dad, is your daughter beautiful? Is your daughter
I was going to say, you have to say,
yes.
She's beautiful.
I said, yes, baby, you are very beautiful.
Thank you, Daddy.
Thank you.
She was asking me, she told me, she was like, Mom, Dad is going to be so handsome. I said, he is. I said, he's going to get dressed up for you.
Not according to my face.
No, not according to your whole family. Right. And then they was like, Niche, why would you let him leave the house with such a wrinkled shirt? I said, first of all, he wasn't going to take the shirt back off for me to iron it anyway.
First of all,
it don't matter. So yeah, he took his daughter out in public when he had a wrinkled shirt on.
Let me tell y'all something. It was 100-something degrees.
And it was a long sleeve shirt.
It was a thin one though.
Yeah, it was thin.
But I wanted to wear shorts and a t-shirt.
But she told you.
She told me I had to put on jeans.
And then she said no Crocs.
Yeah, she said, oh.
That was her only request of you. She said, no Crocs, Daddy.
I said, damn.
I said, she's tired of your shit.
I said, not you coming for me. But what we got today, Booski?
It's an R2-6.
Everyone's favorite.
Because y'all like the mess.
Because we're going to get right into the shenanigans.
Because
you let a nigga shenan one time.
He'll shenan again. Y'all know the drill.
And again and again and again and again.
Yeah, and he'll shenan again. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop right on into it. We won't make this very long for you all.
Okay.
Am I the jerk for telling my neighbor to address her husband instead of confronting me about how I dress at home?
Oh, all right now.
I'm a 28-year-old female and have lived in my house for about 10 years. It's a quiet neighborhood and I've never had any issues with anyone around me. I mostly keep to myself and the people nearby are genuinely respectful. A few days ago, while I was organizing and cleaning my home, my new neighbor, mid-30s, recently moved in with her husband, came over and introduced herself. The conversation started normally, just basic small talk about the neighborhood. Then, out of nowhere, she told me that she feels uncomfortable because of how I, quote unquote, present myself inside my own home. I was confused and asked what she meant. She explained that she has seen her husband looking out of their window toward my house, and she believes he's been watching me while I'm inside. I specifically mentioned that I sometimes wear comfortable home clothes, like a tank top and shorts, while cleaning, and that this seems to be the issue from her perspective. I paused for a moment because I honestly didn't expect that to be brought up as a problem. I told her that what I wear inside my own home isn't really something I can control for other people's comfort, and that if her husband is looking into my property, that's something that she may want to address with him. I suggested that instead of confronting me, she should have a conversation with her husband about respecting boundaries and not watching other people through their windows.
All right now.
She didn't take that well. She became visibly upset and said that I was being dismissive and rude. For not taking her concerns seriously.
All right now.
I told her that I wasn't trying to be rude, but I also didn't think that it was fair to be held responsible for someone else's behavior in my own home. The conversation ended awkwardly and she left annoyed. Now I'm wondering if I handled it wrong by redirecting her instead of trying to reassure her or change on something in my end. So, am I the asshole for telling her to address her husband instead of addressing me?
Not at all.
Absolutely not.
He like
The fuck?
He like what you got going on, and she's jealous of it.
First of all, tell your husband not to be a damn
Lord.
peeping Tom.
Well, look here.
He's a peeping Tom. You got bigger issues on your hands, babe.
He wasn't peeping. He was just looking. He was going to the mailbox.
No, sweetheart, you have bigger issues on your hand.
Right.
Way bigger issues. If you catch your husband looking into somebody else's house and you're concerned with how she's dressing in her house and you think that what he sees is what he likes, you have much bigger concerns.
Yeah.
Much bigger concerns.
I don't think it's the person who wrote that. That's not her issue at all.
Listen, if I decide to walk around my house backwards, ass naked.
Oh, please do. Please. don't threaten me with a good time.
If I decide to walk around my house backward, ass naked, that has nothing to do with my neighbors. Right. Nothing. That's and even if I have a window cracked open, I'm inside my house, ma'am.
That's like I tell you when you like, oh, let me close the blinds. You finna go out the shower. I'm like, if they see it, they see it. What they gonna do?
But here's the thing, like, if she's walking around her house in shorts and a tank top and no bra, right?
It's her house.
It's her house. And even if her windows are open, that still doesn't give you the right to be peeping into her house. And if she was like dressed, say she was naked, and if she don't mind being naked with the windows open in her house, again,
it's her house. But here's my thing. Don't bring your insecurities to my door.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
Because I don't even talk to your husband.
Right.
I don't know y'all.
Right.
Outside of the fact that y'all live across the street.
Right. And y'all just moved in.
I have no contact with y'all.
Right.
Don't bring your insecurities to my door.
Yeah.
Fix your relationship. Don't worry
with your
about
peeping
what I'm
Tom.
doing.
With your peeping Tom. Like, for me personally, when I get undressed for the shower in our bedroom, I close the curtains.
Yeah, you do.
That's because for me personally, I care if my neighbor whose window looks directly into my bedroom, I would care because their backyard is backed up to my bedroom window. For me personally, yes, it is. The neighbors with the pool.
Yeah.
For me personally,
look up at you.
I care. I don't want my neighbor seeing my goods, you know? Okay. But if I didn't care, it's still my prerogative.
I don't care. They see it.
It's still my prerogative to get undressed in my bedroom in the privacy of my home with my windows open. And if you want to sit there and look into my window, that's a you problem, and you shouldn't be looking into my window.
The issue should not be with old girl. The issue should be with your husband.
Like she told her.
Your husband.
That's what she told her.
Your husband is the problem in your insecurity life with your husband. Now it's like you got a problem with your light bill, but you calling the gas company to figure out your light bill. You sound stupid, ma'am. Go talk to your husband.
I just think it's crazy that was her first interaction. Right. And I like how she came over there with the pretense of trying to get to know her.
Trying to be nice.
And trying to be nice. And be like, yeah, girl, like we just moved in. And then she was like, oh, and by the way, if you could put some damn clothes on so my husband don't keep looking at you, that'd be great.
A side note, send us the picture of what you had on.
Okay.
That
bye, Maurice.
Come talk to you
Goodbye.
About. This is research. It's research.
I'll walk around the house naked for you.
Please do.
Okay.
It won't be long.
Am I the asshole for refusing to bend on my boundaries about kids?
Okay.
Probably not. I'm a 30-year-old female and have been seeing Ben, who's 32, for months. On the 5th date, I brought up more topics from our dating profiles. I specifically asked his stance on children, as his profile said he didn't have any, but was open to kids. Mine states doesn't have and doesn't want.
All right.
During the conversation, he stated he always seen himself as a father and didn't ever consider not having any children. I said that I have no plans to have children as I live, I think she meant to say like, my child-free lifestyle. He stated saying how cute my kid would be, but was cut short when food came and the topic was dropped. A few days later, he texted me about being quieter than normal and asked if it was the kid topic. I said that I had been thinking about our conversation and don't think that we are aligned long term, as he possibly wants children. So I don't think that we should continue, as I don't want to lead him on. That's fair. Mm-hmm. He was upset and said that he wouldn't date someone with kids, but always assumed that the woman he did date would want them. He continued saying it was too early for those kinds of deep conversations and we should just wait. I stated it's a massive deal breaker for me as I'm currently taking steps to ensure I will not be able to have children in the future.
Oh, damn.
He got more upset and compared it me asking him to move across the country. He compared it to her like moving across the country. That isn't black and white, and there are pros and cons to both. Ben went on to say the topic is a layered one, and that we know so little about each other, but have so much potential. So don't throw away the whole relationship over a small disagreement. Ben,
Okay.
that's not small. I said that I was getting the procedure done, so children isn't a compromised situation for me, and timing of the conversation wouldn't change my stance. Ben said that I was drawing a very aggressive line for us. He stated that we haven't built enough of a relationship for him. He said that we haven't built enough of a relationship for me to hear him and wants to continue the conversation in person instead of over text. Am I the asshole for the way I handled the situation? I don't want to continue knowing he possibly wants kids. I truly can't see where this is going. And this isn't black and white or clear.
No.
No, it's a deal.
No.
Like you said, it's a
No,
deal
it's a
breaker.
deal breaker.
He likes her so much
He
that
like-
he
he-
thinks
yeah.
that she will eventually change her mind. But she's letting you know, I'm literally going to go undergo
This
a
is-
procedure
this-
that
right.
it's not even going to be a possibility, Ben.
Now, I was gonna say this would go 3 ways, and then until you read the part about the procedure, she said.
Oh yeah, no, she's very adamant
So
she doesn't want
the only way
children.
this goes is that Ben takes the idea of kids off the plate,
If he wants to continue.
and he continues to marry
Yeah.
her, and then eventually down the line he's gonna regret it.
But the thing about it is now she's turned off from him in general
Right.
because she knows that he wants kids. So even if they continue and he tries to convince her that, okay, if you don't want kids, perfect.
Yeah.
I don't want kids either. But 5 years down the line, I don't want to hear nothing about adoption or can you have the procedure reversed? We're going to divorce, Ben.
Mm.
Ben, I'm leaving you, Ben.
I mean,
I'm done, Ben. I was done 5 years ago and you convinced me, but I'm done, Ben.
That's crazy. There are a amount of women out there that have no interest in motherhood, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. I have a friend, a very close friend. She told me
Oh,
she knew.
yeah.
She said by the time she was 16 years old,
knew.
she knew
Yeah.
for a fact that she never wanted
She's the
children.
best auntie in the world.
She's the go-to. She the plug.
She'll watch them, treat them well, spoil them, and send their ass home.
Send their ass back home. But she told me very clearly when I was 16, I knew very
Mm-hmm.
early on that caring for kids, she was like, that was something I knew I didn't want.
Right.
She was very adamant about that. But she's the best aunt, the best person ever. So some people just know, and you can't, like, that's one of those topics that you can't really go back and forth with. Like, if she knows for sure,
Mhm.
this is not something I want to experience, it's
Mhm.
not of me, it's not in me, you can't take that lightly because the only person that's going to get hurt is the person who really does want children.
Right.
And if you're going to spend the next 5 to 7 years of your life thinking that you're going to convince me otherwise, and then you get to the end and you like, well, all this time and the life we've built together, boo, I tried to tell you 7 years ago,
Mhm.
but if this is still going to be a thing, I guess we can start over. I'm leaving.
Ben, look here, Ben. Ain't no legacy here.
Sorry, Ben.
You ain't building no legacy here.
Sorry, Ben. All right, here we go. Am I the asshole for not allowing my in-laws to move in with me to my new house?
No, we ain't got to read this. We're done. No,
No, we don't have to read it. We're done. You're not the asshole.
no. We don't need none of this. Go ahead, though.
You're not the asshole. So this one's been weighing on my mind for a while now, and I'm unable to get any clear perspective from people close to me. I'm a 38-year-old female. My husband's 37. We bought a house last year jointly and currently in the state of getting ready to move in by this year. It's a decently huge house with multiple rooms, and we are 2 people and a dog. Let's see. Oh, a 10-year-old female, their dog. Let's see. His family, mother-in-law who's 60, stay-at-home mom, widowed. His sister-in-law who's 30, earns well and
Oh,
unmarried.
hell no.
His brother-in-law who's 20, unemployed and unmarried, live together in a rental house in the same city. Since we started talks of buying the house, they all assumed that they would be moving in with us because my husband is the eldest and the first in his family to own a house. We both were baffed by this and just didn't know how they assumed that they would be moving in with us, which made no sense, and we made no comments. I get along with everyone and I'm very close to my sister-in-law, but I definitely don't think living together in close quarters will do our relationship any favor. Also, since November last year, my husband and I have had multiple fights and arguments over this. His first stance was it's his family and he can't discard them and we can't have them and we can have them till his brother-in-law gets back on his feet and his sister-in-law gets married, which we don't have any timeline on any of that yet. My counter was that they already live in a house. They're not homeless and their lives are pretty well settled. Why do they need to move in with us and disrupt our life?
Mm.
Something to note, my sister-in-law does nothing around her own house. My mother-in-law still treats both her kids like helpless toddlers
Shit.
and does everything for them. But when she visits me, she expects me to be at her beck and call, which I don't mind because she visits irregularly and I like to keep her happy. But as the move-in date is nearing, I'm severely stressed that I would hate to live with these people for an infinite period of time. And after a particularly nasty fight, I told my husband I will only allow for my mother-in-law to move in with us, which he accepted begrudgingly and is now planning to have that chat with them. I won't be a part of that conversation, but I do expect a decent amount of uproar and eventual fallout. I don't want my relationship ruined, but I also can't allow any of this to happen, knowing it will most definitely end in a disaster. Am I the asshole for putting my foot down?
No.
No. And like she said, they already have a house. They're already settled. They're not. They're not homeless. But the thing is, this is why they thought they would be moving in. They thought they was gonna move in so they can live rent free, so they can just live free. That's why they thought
and when
they was
live
moving
free,
in.
they would have no plan on leaving.
And they're not gonna have no plan on leaving. No plan
She
on
better
leaving.
than me, because I would have taken the foot. I would not only would I put my foot down, I would have put my foot in their ass.
Bye, Maurice.
Because you're not coming here.
You can't come here. Well, here's the thing. Like she said,
hold on.
there's no reason for them to come there.
Now, I might be a little different with mama.
Well, that's what she was. She said, I agree.
That's mama.
She said, my mother-in-law can come.
That's mama.
Because that's your mom. But your brother and your sister?
But them two able-bodied adults?
There's no reason. They have a house. They're settled. And I'm assuming mom doesn't work. Because it said stay-at-home widow.
Yeah.
So taking care of your mom.
She got income, though.
Okay, she would have an income, but that's your mom. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, no, your mom can't come. She's more than likely probably of age, and she's still taking care of the two younger. If anything, I would be willing for your mom to come here so she can stop having to take care of her other two kids and she can just relax. And then when we start having kids, she can enjoy her grandkids. You see how I set that up there?
Yeah, I see.
You see how I set that up there? But yeah, I definitely agree with her.
That's if she a real grandma. Some of these grandmas want these grandma nowadays, they want to be in the street.
Babe, she might be a 40-something grandma.
Yeah, these grandma nowadays want to be in the street.
She might be a 40-year-old something grandma.
They trying to travel and party.
Okay, bye.
Meanwhile, they left us in our granny house for weeks. Crazy.
We was at Big Mama house forever. Am I the asshole for telling my wife to get a job if she wants to subsidize the kids?
Oh, Lord. No. We ain't got to read this one either.
Up until our youngest kid graduated from university, I worked crazy hours out of town to pay for everything. I worked 6 weeks on of 12-hour days. Then I would get 3 weeks off. The work's out of 56 hours a week if you average it out. I've been doing that since I was 35 years old. It allowed my wife to stay at home and take care of our kids and the house. We also used to pay it off our mortgage as well as buy new cars for cash whenever we need it. Okay, so he was in the trenches.
All right.
I'll describe our budget so you guys can judge. After taxes, we used my take-home pay to pay the mortgage and the bills. We then paid into the kids' college fund, then into our retirement fund. Then we topped off our retirement accounts. We put money into our emergency fund. Then whatever was left, we split 50-50. Our tax refund was our vacation fund. Okay. Now I'm 55 and I'm tired. My body is beat and I need to slow down. Our kids are both through university, both got their degrees and have jobs. I did my part. The company I work for had a job open for an office job. I applied and got it. It's a 9-to-5 city job. 40 hours a week, better hourly rate plus other compensation. However, it's a lot less money without the overtime. I was getting 44 hours a week of overtime. That's huge. But we have the money in the bank, and I have an easy stretch until I retire. My wife, however, is upset. Both kids are quote unquote struggling.
Fuck them.
For the record, they live at home rent free, but they want cars and apartments of their own. They can afford that. They just won't be getting luxury cars and huge apartments. We no longer have a mortgage, and my wife and I are both driving vehicles purchased in the last 3 years, still under warranty. Our budget no longer has education funds either. We still have more than we need, and my wife and I each have $1,000 each month to spend however we want. I am saving up for a new garage/shop. My wife has been giving hers to the kids. She's hinting that I should also contribute. I think I have contributed enough. I told her to get a job. She's only 46. She can go to work and give them her salary. I still provide housing and food for all of them, so she won't starve or anything. Her and the kids think that I'm being cruel, and one of the little shits said that I was being lazy by cutting my hours so much.
Oh, Lord.
This is my hill that I will die on. I've done the hard work long enough. I want to enjoy my life. Am I the asshole for telling her to get a job and give them her money? No.
Hold on. And the little, hold on.
The little shit.
The little shit that called you lazy.
The little shit, you can get out of my house.
That motherfucker would have been on the line immediately.
You little shit, you can get out.
I have paid for your
whole life. Your whole life. He said it's not that they can't afford a car and an apartment. They just can't afford the ones that they think they want right now. You know why? Because they're entitled and they feel like they should start life up here instead of starting down here and working up.
Right. They got to start from the bottom. They
want to start at the top.
Here's the thing. They have a unrealistic view of life.
Oh, of course.
They have been living life on easy
because they haven't had to struggle for
from birth. Yeah. And this is including the mother.
Yeah.
This is including the mom. Well, right?
But he was willing to do that for her.
For her and his family.
And his kids.
But
but they're adults.
And he's tired. He's tired. He's worked all them hours for 20 years and now he just want to coast the last
Like 10. He said, he's saving his money to build a garage because you know what that man want to do in retirement? He wants to get up in the morning, get his coffee, get his breakfast, go to his garage, close the door and do all his hobbies.
Leave him the fuck alone.
And leave him alone. He wants
that sounds great.
He wants to be able to indulge in all of the hard work that he has put in over the 20, 30 years and be able to be like, I got cars that are paid off. My mortgage is paid off. My kids are grown. My wife is happy. She hasn't had to work. She's got to live her life. Now it's time for me to do my own thing because I have been of service to my family. Like he said, I've done my job.
Yeah, he has.
It's not like I put you through college, which means you went through debt free. You're still living in my house.
Rent free.
Come
on now.
You literally have not had to really adult in the way that I've been adulting for my entire life.
Come on, Pastor.
Your life.
Come on, Pastor.
And then you have the nerve to say that I'm being selfish because I cut my time back? When you are an able-bodied individual who has no debt under their name,
look here.
You can go get you an apartment and you can go get you a car. But because you can't drive a luxury car and you can't have a luxury apartment, now I feel stupid because you're telling me I didn't even raise you right.
Here's
now,
my
what
thing.
A big insult.
What
a big insult. I done raised an asshole.
First of all,
I
look
feel
here.
terrible.
Right.
I done raised 2 assholes.
They soft, charming.
Damp paper towels.
Right, babe.
I done raised 2 damp paper towels.
Look here.
And they done convinced their mama to be the head of the damp paper towels.
Hold on, pimp. Hold on, I thought about that. She 46, he 50 what? That's questionable behavior, sir.
That's questionable behavior, sir.
My thing is this. You've done your job.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. If she wants to continue to
go get a job.
Go get a job. You do it because you've done your part. And the fact is, you have no mortgage. Oh, sir,
you're already living the life.
You ain't got.
And then when he say he ain't got that much longer until retirement, he said I can stretch this out to retirement.
You ain't got to flex on us, sir.
He said my cars are paid off in cash. I got the pink slips and I got the note.
And honestly, as a man,
as an aspiring,
as a man who also provides 100%, You are surrounded by people who don't appreciate you, sir.
Yeah.
You know, at least I can say my family. Well, my wife appreciates me. My daughter don't.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
uh,
Goodbye. Yeah.
but
That would be a little hurtful.
yeah. Oh, it would be devastating.
Yeah. Like for you to be
for you to
like,
look me in
you
my
want to
face.
take your $1,000 and you're just putting it into your hobby.
For you to look me in my face and tell me I'm being lazy.
But no,
When I broke my back for the last 20 plus
well, that
years.
was the kid, not the wife, I don't think.
Yeah, it was the kid.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why I said his ass would have been out.
Yeah.
You and your sibling, while y'all can't afford what y'all want.
Y'all can afford it together.
Together y'all can.
You can.
Go out there.
You can buy the joint car.
Go ahead and live on the other side of town. Because we see where me and your mama stay. We stay where we got a little money.
We live within our means so
Right.
that I can enjoy the shit later on.
You know, so you gonna have to do the opposite of George and Wheezy.
Bye.
You
You're
want-
gonna have to do the opposite of George and Weezy.
Okay? George and Wheezy, they moved on up. You about to move down. Okay?
You don't even realize how good you got it.
You gotta go to the other side of the tracks.
Yeah. And then the thing about it is I try to think about it from like mom, right? Because I feel like with her, she's taking on like it's like I'm mom
That's my
and those are my babies
Yeah.
and I'm still gonna take care of them. But you're hindering them, especially past a certain age. They have their degrees, they have jobs.
They're
They can you're at this point, like, okay, if they're struggling, here's the thing. That's not gonna kill them.
Say it again.
It's not gonna kill them. And they're not
some character.
they're not struggling to the point where you know that they're out of your house and that they're like struggling to pay their bill. They live at home,
rent free,
and
in the same rooms they usually get their ass wiped in.
Right, and
that's
if they're living rent free in the house, I can't imagine that you're making them pay anything.
Here's my thing.
Like as far as other bills.
Did he say are these sons or are these daughters? Did he say?
No, I don't think it said.
Okay, because if they daughters, I might get a daughter's a little more grace. Because as a girl dad, my baby might have to get that GL 350.
Okay, bye. Goodbye.
Now my son, get out the mud, nigga.
See, now that's the thing too. Well, I don't know. I just think that kids and young adults. I'm not saying like struggle to where they can't afford to eat or anything like that, but you have to learn how to build something, right? So like the thing I always try to tell Fee, right? Sometimes it's not entirely a bad thing when you fail.
Oh, not at all.
It's not, because you have to understand that your brain, when you fail, it's like, okay, I failed. So what can I do differently? That's how you process things, right?
Yeah.
Through your failure.
Yeah.
And even though it seems like a fail and a struggle right now, it's actually a building block. It's actually a foundation to get you to the success. So it's intended to be uncomfortable. It's intended to be frustrating, because once you actually learn the lessons and get the experience through your failure, and by the time you reach what you deem to be successful, first of all, you're gonna be like, this what the shit I've been working for? Like, you know what I mean? But then you're gonna have the experience to know how, when you fall, you got a little bit of experience on how to get back up.
Fall down.
Right? Like you're gonna have to struggle at, like, when you're working through that, you're trying to get to the corporate ladder. You got to start passing out coffee first.
I will say this: our parents didn't necessarily give us money,
No,
but they made. If we didn't have no food,
right,
we'd eat it.
right. We got creative. That's the point.
Girl,
That's the point.
At one time, we knew who had the special on what day.
But that's the
$2
point.
Chinese bowls on Wednesday.
Right.
Pot pies on Tuesday.
But the whole point of that is that it builds what you need to get to where you're trying to go.
We live in Subway.
So if they need to struggle a little bit on how to better manage their money, because that's what it kind of sounds like. Because what are they doing with their money?
Right.
My next question would be: if you're living here rent free, you're gonna live here rent free with the notion that you're going to save so that you can either buy something or you can pay your rent up for 6 months, but you got to come to me with a game plan. But it seems like y'all letting them live at home with no game plan.
Right. And if you've been living here if you've been living here rent free, like you said, you should have enough money to pay that car off half. But I guarantee you've been going out partying with your friends and blowing your money because and buying Cowboy Carter tickets.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
I'm talking to you,
Bye. You're not gonna come for my nephew. Anyways, am I the asshole for not giving my bonus to my brother-in-law?
Hell no. We ain't gotta read this one either.
I'm a 28-year-old female and have a brother-in-law who's 30 who feels as though I'm being extremely unfair to him by not giving him my referral bonus. For context, him, my husband who's 32, and myself, all registered nurses. We live on the West Coast and him, the East Coast. We all have done travel nurse contracts on and off over the past 6 years. My last recruiter was awesome, so I referred my brother-in-law to her and the agency she works for. When I started with the company, my husband referred me. The company pays you $750 after the nurse you referred has worked for 8 weeks. The person working also receives a small bonus of $250. Many companies have incentives like this. Over the last few weeks, my brother-in-law has been making comments over text and over the phone to my husband, saying things like, "Send me that money when you get it," or "Let's split that bonus money." He thinks it's my husband who was getting the bonus, but really it's me. I let my husband shut him down and deal with it, trying not to get involved. Things took a turn on Friday. Last Friday marked 8 weeks he's been working on the contract for the company. He got his $250, so he knows that the payment was made to my husband, quote unquote me. He started harassing my husband over text, saying he deserves the money instead because he's the one working. My husband told him to knock it off and that I'm the one that got the bonus anyway. He started texting me saying he's owed this money, again saying he's the one that's working the contract, not me. I told him no, and if I didn't refer him, he would have gotten no bonus, even if it was smaller. Like, just be grateful for the extra free money. But he kept on saying that it was unfair. I told him that this is just the way it goes. I made the company money for recruiting you, so I get paid more. It's not like I stole the money from him or anything. It was direct deposited to me. I stopped responding to his text, thinking that was the end of it. The next day, he started texting my husband and telling him he needs to ditch me. I'm extremely toxic and entitled. I suck and many more not very nice things. My husband, of course, got very mad and stuck up with me. He hasn't talked to either of us since. Now I'm starting to feel bad that this has caused a family fight, and I don't think money should come between family. But at the same time, you can't bully me into giving you something that's mine and treat me like garbage. I never told my husband I should get his bonus, and I know my brother-in-law would give it to me if it was the other way around. Am I the asshole for not caring?
Fuck no.
So,
I don't give a fuck.
But she's saying that she knows that if it was the other way around, he would give her. But that's why he's behaving that way, because he's probably thinking, if the shoe was on the other foot, I would give it to you.
I don't care about none of that,
but
bud.
That's you, pimp. That's you.
I don't care about none of that.
Not me.
I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
About none of that shit.
Look
yes,
here.
I agree.
Look, the program says the person who referral gets
$750, and after 8 weeks, the person who works gets $250.
Right. So I'm well within the guidelines of the program to keep my $750.
Listen, don't blame me. You can't hate. Don't hate me. Hate the game.
How you gonna hate from outside the club?
You can't even get in.
Let go.
It's the truth.
Right.
Like, what you want me to do, sir?
Right.
That's crazy work.
Okay. We're gonna go right into the
comment of the week.
The comment of the week, people. Okay, now look here. The comment of the week comes from the post about the house guests last week.
The uninvited house guests with the mother-in-law.
And the motherfuckers that slept in all day and act like they didn't want to be disturbed. They just popped up.
Got upset because you was roaming around your house.
She was concerned about her son, who's
married.
Grown-ass man. And this comment comes from Callie Cute Face. She says, the only person strong-arming me in my house is this electric bill. Everybody else can beat it. And now look here.
Just beat it.
Look here.
Beat it.
As a California resident,
the electricity bill be strong arming you.
Look here, y'all. I damn near want to record the podcast in the dark. Look at
You're so silly.
The way Edison on my ass. Woo!
They be wanting their money every 28 days.
Every 28 days.
You'd be like, damn, for some lights.
And they're talking about, you got to increase the lights in the summer because, it's more demand. Demand and supply, basic economics.
You said my demand isn't more. We're going to be in the dark for the summer. It's hot.
I'm using the same amount of energy.
Yeah.
Because we don't cut the air off no matter what time of year it is. Its house stays at a crisp 70 degrees. We don't switch.
Oh, gosh, that was good.
What's the technique?
Okay. I can't. I can't.
All right, guys, this has been another episode of Life After Do podcast. If you're not already,
go ahead and follow us on all of our social media platforms.
of course.
You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on TikTok. You can follow us on YouTube.
And Patreon.
And Patreon. If you guys aren't official Bookskis, join the family. Become an official Booski and get all of the official Booski perks. Okay? So look into that.
And one day, the merch will be there.
What?
I'm not going to.
It's in the works.
I'm not going to tell y'all who holding y'all up.
Okay. You're not going to tell them, but you're going to tell them?
I ain't tell them nothing.
That's crazy.
It's crazy work.
That's crazy work how you just threw me under the bus. That's wild. You know, we're supposed to be a team.
We are a team.
That's crazy.
You know, I like to get you mad.
That's crazy.
So we can make up.
I'm hungry right now, so it don't matter.
I got something you can eat.
Yeah, I got to eat. As y'all can, when y'all heard my husband said that, yeah, you've been eating. I have been.
You know what I meant.
I know. But it is time for me to get my 12 grams of chicken right now.
Keep getting that protein.
12 ounces of chicken. So yes, follow us on all of our social media platforms. Looking to become an official member of the Booski family by joining our Patreon. Take a look at that. And you get a new episode every single Wednesday. So until then, guys.
Yes, Wednesday, Erica.
Wednesday. We'll see you then.
Peace, Booskies.
Peace, Booskies.